The Taku Glacier Lodge Flight and Feast combines two memorable tours into one. Next stop, Taku Glacier Lodge. So this is pretty cool. After you get off the float plane, which was a beautiful ride, they give you a little time before mealtime to walk around the area. You really feel like you're in the Alaska wilderness.
This is a wild Taku River king salmon you folks are eating today. These fish are caught just about 12 miles away from us, just upstream. We have them delivered about every other day. It's some of the best salmon you can get, and Wes does a darn good job of cooking it over the altar fire out there. So glad you guys are enjoying that stuff. You should be very thankful that I had absolutely nothing to do with your meals today. Been a pretty sore outcome if that were the case. Well, I'd like to welcome you all to Taku Lodge. It's a pleasure having you with us here today. This lodge was originally built in 1923 by a guy named Dr. Harry Devine. Now, he was a physician at the AJ gold mine there in Juneau before he decided he wanted a change in lifestyle. He headed up the river here and he homesteaded this property. He chopped down all the timber in the yard, and with that timber, he built this very lodge.
Ready to go on trail walk?
Yeah.
Now we'll get going this direction over here. On your guys' right and left sides here, we have wild blueberries and wild huckleberries. And they're actually in season right now, and you guys are welcome to eat them before the dogs get to them. Also along the trail here, you're gonna see this really nice pink flower here. It's actually called fireweed. It's a really cool plant. It actually turns totally pink, and it's usually the first thing that's actually gonna grow back after a wildfire. These bigger trees you see here, with all the moss growing on them, these are Sitka spruce. It's actually Alaska's state tree. These are hundreds and hundreds of years old. This is an old growth forest. This tree is probably about 150 years old. And it's actually covered in this moss. It's called sphagnum moss.
What is it that people say about this tour?
Well, I think really it's just authentic, you know. There's a lot of history to the building here. It's real Alaska. You take a float plane up here, people are just in awe of the glaciers. You fly over 5 glaciers before you get here. There's history to it, there's a story that comes with the lodge, and there's just an authentic feel about the building and the grounds.
What's it like to work for a family business that brings in all these people from all over the world that put smiles on their face?
I couldn't be more blessed, you know. It's just nice to work so closely with my family, and started working in the kitchen officially when I was 12 years old, and just pretty much just haven't left ever since.